What's up, guys? My name's Anthony. Welcome back to the channel, and today we have a video for you revolving around Chainlink. So what we're going to do is focus in the majority of our time during this video talking about what is currently happening on the charts. I'm going to give you some levels, some key levels of support. And of course, we'll talk about what I think is going to be happening potentially and what we can be watching price-wise over the course of the next week. Then I want to get into a few news articles, one of them related directly to Chainlink, and I'm going to let you know why I believe we are still very early as investors to this project. And then I'm actually going to talk a little bit more about Uniswap. If you're unaware, recently I made the Uniswap tutorial, so I want to talk a little bit about the popularity of this platform if you're unfamiliar with it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're passionate about including cryptocurrency investing into your overall wealth building strategy. All right, so let's get started. At the time of this recording, Chainlink is trading at $14.06, currently sitting at the number 5 spot overall on CoinGecko. As you can see here, we had a wildly volatile day, trading as low as $12.84 and as high as $16.13, which means we have fluctuated 20% just on the day. So we are very volatile. And I'm going to explain what I think is happening now. But first, let's just zoom out a little bit. So here is the Chainlink chart. Okay, this is a daily chart. We're looking at daily candles zoomed all the way out to the very beginning of 2020. And what a year it has been. Congratulations to everybody who has been in this project since the beginning of the year like I have. I hope you took a little bit of profits during this last upswing. You know, in truth, I'm always trying to be honest with you guys. I did take a little bit of profit myself. Of course, I'm still holding the majority of my position and plan to do so for the foreseeable future. But this was an amazing opportunity. We had this parabolic rise up, and now what we're doing is we're seeing the other side of it. We're seeing a quick and hard fall. So if you're new to investing, let me just tell you, this is cryptocurrency. This is a young asset class, and these type of sell-offs do happen. Don't panic. You know, just looking at the big picture, if you look at this green line here, this is our overall uptrend, which started back in April, which means we're so far above it still. Even falling down from this $20 high all the way to this low, we're still so far ahead of the game. All right, if you remember, I was calling for $5 at the beginning of August, and then by the time we actually got there, we were at $8, and we all know what happened since then. So it's been an amazing run. Sometimes we need to just keep that in context. So personally, I'm not surprised by this. I was actually waiting for this if you watched my last Chainlink video, and by the way, I do make Chainlink technical analysis videos basically once a week, so make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date. But let's move on now and talk about where this will likely fall if it continues. And before I even talk about the key support levels here, I just want to point out this and put this on your radar. We did have a bearish crossover on the daily MACD. This has been somewhat of a decent indicator as far as indicators go for the Chainlink chart. You can see when we had the bullish crossover here, we were at $8, and then of course we went all the way up to that top. So now that we see this coming down, that is potentially a bearish sign. A couple things here. So we have this short-term parabolic downtrend. So we had the parabolic uptrend, which is now being equaled by a parabolic downtrend. I'm not saying this is going to continue to fall all the way down, but if it does, I want to show you where to expect support levels to be. So what levels do we expect it to fall to and then level out and either come back up or at least begin to move sideways? Now, the first level I want to talk about is $12.10. This was a support level back on August 9th and August 11th. We had two separate days here. So that's the first level of support. So keep an eye on $12.11. We're looking to see that hold. If that does happen, we could potentially start to put in a head and shoulders here. So that could be an interesting thing. Also, this is, by the way, I didn't even mention this in the last screen, but this is a clear kind of like an atom top. It's not a long drawn out or a rounded top. It's an atom top. Could it turn into a double top? Absolutely. So keep an eye out for this price to potentially come back up to that $20 price point sometime within the next few weeks. If it does that, you may want to take some profit if you didn't do it the first time. Nothing is guaranteed, but of course, single tops can sometimes turn into double tops and sometimes even turn into triple tops. All right, so there are a lot of different ways this could play out as far as chart patterns go. But let's talk a little bit about the next lowest level of support. So what we're looking at here is this thicker purple or fuchsia line, or whatever you want to call that color, is $9.95, which is just below $10. $10 is a psychological level. We've got resistance over here, which happened. We've got this dragonfly doji candle here, which happened in the past. We've got our 50-day moving average also sitting right on this. So if you're looking to swing trade this, and it's not guaranteed the price will get this low, but if it does, I don't want to say guarantee, but I don't want to say bet either, but I think there's a good chance, a high probability that you will bounce off of this level because of those factors. You've got your resistance here, you got the 50-day, it's a psychological level, so if you get here, I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce right off it. Doesn't mean we can't fall down, but I think that would definitely serve as support, and what I'm hoping to see is $10 hold as support. I know that sounds negative. Again, you have to try and look at this as objectively as possible, which is hard when you have money invested, but this would be a logical level for this to level out, as would $12 at this point in time. Now, I also want to talk about this yellow downtrend. Okay, this is the level we're looking to break past. So at the point, if this broke out today, we would have to come back above $16.20. And as time passes, that number will get lower and lower. That price will get lower and lower to break out of this downtrend and start moving back up and maybe giving a retest of that $20 level. But it is the weekend now. Generally, weekends are quiet. But again, just to recap, what I would do is set your price alerts, and I'm going to be setting mine right after I'm done with this video at $12.08. And for me, the more important one, there's no guarantee it'll hit it. It's less probable. But the more important one is going to be $9.95. I'm going to be setting my price alerts there, potentially looking to swing trade some of this. If you're looking to build your long-term position, I don't think there's any need to rush and buy here. Try and wait for $12, buy a little bit there, and then if it goes lower, you could buy a little bit there if you want to hold long-term. Not financial advice. Now, let me move on to this piece of news I want to mention. Now, without even reading this article, I just want to talk about something. This is from Bloomberg. So it's from a non-crypto news source. And it's from August 17th. It's from a few days ago. But just look at this opening paragraph because there's something in this which I believe is worth talking about on this channel. So while Bitcoin enjoys a resurgence, this year's breakout cryptocurrency is actually something called Chainlink that has grown to become the world's 5th biggest coin by market value. Now, what I want to draw your attention to is the fact that they said something called Chainlink. So what that says to me is, in the eyes of the rest of the world, Chainlink is still an unknown. It is something that's not even on the radar of the rest of the world yet. So that to me says we are still very early. And I believe that Chainlink is in a position to have a Ripple-like run, like we saw Ripple do in 2017, or maybe similar to what Ethereum did in 2017. I also think Ethereum's poised to have a huge run again, which I'll talk about in a second. But the fact that they're not getting deep into what Chainlink is, and they're just saying something called Chainlink as if they've never heard of it, that is very telling to me, and I want to bring that to your attention. The next thing I want to mention is that people have spent almost $7 million in gas on Uniswap to complete trades on this platform. And if you didn't know, our most recent video, which I mentioned before, was this Uniswap tutorial. So basically what we do is we show you how to incorporate your Coinbase wallet on your mobile phone and make trades using Uniswap. This is particularly big if you're in New York like I am, or some state that doesn't have many sites that have bit licenses or have passed or have regulatory constraints, I will say, because in New York we certainly have those. But this is a way for you to get your hands on some projects that you can't find on a lot of the bigger exchanges. So please do check out that video if that sounds interesting to you. I'll put a link to it up top here. But check this out. Press time data from Ethereum gas stations shows decentralized exchange Uniswap as the place users have spent the most Ethereum on gas payments over the past 30 days. So this is becoming the go-to spot for DeFi trading, and DeFi specifically based on ERC20 tokens, that is. But it's worth mentioning. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel. Never invest more than you can afford to lose in cryptocurrency, and enjoy the ride. I'll see you guys next time.